Welcome back for another edition of Preps Plus Insiders. I'm Mike Finnerty, the Sure West Sports Show, joined once again by Joe Davidson, the Sacramento Bee, and we're going to get right into it with Hot Topic and some real-life tragedy stuff, but it came out pretty good this week.
Yeah, it's a real scare in a game. You hope everything's festive and fun. Roseville playing host to Rio Linda in a great matchup. Longtime public address announcer and one of the great volleyball coaches in this area, and Ron Grove, for Roseville, collapses right there at his microphone before the game-winning field goal attempt. And this is when real life kind of interjects in this whole thing of football. And it's so important, football. Yeah, but this is more important. He's okay, from what we understand. He's a golden guy. You just met with him not too long ago. As he was being taken away in an ambulance, that's when the game-winning field goal attempt for Rio Linda was attempted. Maybe good karma. It was blocked, returned for a touchdown. Roseville's 2-0. The team is mixed. They're excited with their win, but they worry about their teacher, friend, mentor in Ron Grove. And best wishes to him.
Yeah, we wish him a speedy recovery. We'll kind of make a segue into volleyball, something we haven't done on this show yet. Top-ranked Granite Bay, they beat St. Francis. They got over that hump. They lost to St. Francis in the section championship in Division I, the NorCal championship. So watch out for Granite Bay. They're looking good. 3 players to watch: Nicolette Pinckney, Taylor Nelson, and Maddie Dieters, all senior captains. They're going to be tough to beat this year. All right.
And in volleyball, it's been great for 25 years that I've been at the Bee, and it doesn't slow down. Large school, small school, St. Francis, Granite Bay, Union Mine a few years ago. A lot of scholarship players out there. They would skunk guys at the net, no doubt.
Yeah, they would. All right, Joe, let's do a little big picture. We saw Folsom take on Granite Bay. It was #1 Folsom at #2 Granite Bay. Folsom gets a 30-14 win, but big picture, what's this mean when you got your 2 top dogs going at it?
Well, first of all, kudos for taking each other on. They've only played each other once in a 2009 playoff game won by Folsom, but these teams need to play each other. And let's decide who the best team is. And with the CIF bowl picture, it's a long ways away, but it's always percolating. Who's going to have the inside edge to taking on potentially De La Salle in the NorCal Open game? They could both get into NorCal games, maybe one in the Division I, one in the Open. But people want to see a good game, and it was a great game. And these teams are still. They won't play each other again this year, but they will next year in the Sierra Foothill League.
Yeah, these are 2 teams who don't back down to other teams. They'll always play. Well, let's talk about some players of note in high school football. We're going to give you 3 names. We're going to start off first with Capital Christian's Justice Shelton Mosley. Head coach Phil Graham says he is the best flyback he's ever coached.
And he's had some good ones, including up at Granite Bay and Peyton Thompson and Dylan Wiley, and Wiley's in the NFL. He's only a junior. Shelton Mosley. Phil Graham's is an old man, so he's not a junior anymore. But he could run the ball. He could score on special teams. He's a scholar. His dad played a little bit in the NFL, so there's a debate who's the best athlete at the dinner table. He's worth a watch, Mike. Big school, small school, doesn't matter. He's big-time talent.
Yep, another one to watch. Casa Roble quarterback Peyton Wolfley. He's a senior. He got some experience last year leading the way. They struggled last year, but he is off and running, looking good. Passing well. We like this kid.
Yeah, and 1-9 last season. Worst season in many years for a championship program. He's back. He's a leader. He will change the calls at the line of scrimmage. He will bark at his teammates. He's a leader by example. Good student. They're 2-0, so they're feeling really good. He's a huge reason why.
Well, we said players of note to watch. I lied. We're going to talk about the offensive line for Folsom. And you've got 3 juniors in that group. Everything looks like they'll be back next year good, but we're talking about now, what do we like so much about them?
They don't allow any pressure on their quarterback, Jake Browning. Jake Browning is the first one to say that, hey, I love my offensive line. Nick Bowling, Austin Rothrock, Sam Whitney, Tommy Farrell, Coach Will. Jake, take these guys out to lunch and dinner several times a week. Without getting any pressure on him, he's not been sacked in 2 games. They're 2-0, looking good.
Yeah, they are looking good. Well, let's preview some games coming up this week. We've got a Friday showdown, a city rivalry of sorts. Burbank Titans taking on Grant Pacers. That's going to be a good one. We've seen that matchup many times. Speed. You got speed for Burbank, strength and size for Grant. Should be a good one.
And Grant's got some speed too. And yeah, Grant, they played last season in regular season. Burbank got them, and then there was a rematch in the playoffs. So Burbank won that one as well, and going 12-1. The Titans are formidable again under Coach John Heffernan. You got the triple option. Grant is always so fun at Del Paso Heights. You got the drum line, you got the atmosphere, you got Coach Mike Albergini, all different shades of red on the sideline. This is a toss-up, terrific game. City football lives big in this region.
Yeah, that's going to be a close game, I got a feeling. Well, let's talk about a Saturday night showdown. You've got Del Campo at Elk Grove, an unusual Saturday matchup, but you got these teams have met, by the way, the last few years. Elk Grove, they probably have the edge, but never count out Del Campo.
The edge, if for one player alone, and that's Wadis Parker, he could score with power. He could score on long runs, feed him the ball into the wing tee. And then Del Campo, coming off a big rout win over Fairfield, they play physical stuff, smash mouth football, do the Cougars. They want a little payback. They lost twice to Elk Grove last season, including the playoffs.
Well, Elk Grove has Wadis Parker, but Del Campo, they got Austin Brown. So watch out for him. I know he can rack up the touchdowns very quickly. Well, that does it for this week's show. Always remember to watch the Sure West Sports Show on Comcast Sportsnet California. Check your local listings. We do a little radio show on ESPN 1320 as well. Joe, where can they find that?
ESPN1320.net for the podcast there. We have ideal mugs for radio. And then we're always all over the Sacramento Bee in the print version, in SacBee.com, and the Preps Plus Insiders throughout the week.
Yeah, and the radio show 9 to 10 a.m. every Saturday. Well, thanks for watching this week, and we'll see you next week.